Welcome and thank you for joining us. You are watching Millennium News Hour and I am Tanziba Naurin. Today we have brought top and trending news from across the nation and the world. Let's begin with the headlines. Biden cancelled 4.5 billion in student loans for public workers. Harris and Trump tied in Pennsylvania. Harris leads in New Hampshire. Harris promised new leadership in heated Fox interview. Trump called January 6 a day of love, ignoring violence at Capitol. Mayor Adams announces city buildings to be lit purple for domestic violence awareness. Governor Hochul announces New York hits 6 GW solar target before deadline. California man arrested for using drone to deliver drugs, including fentanyl. Liam Payne's family heartbroken after former One Direction star dies in balcony fall. Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar killed by Israeli forces after a year-long hunt. India criticizes Trudeau for mishandling Sikh leader's murder case. Real Madrid fans defend Mbappe amid rape investigation claims. And ECB bans transgender women from women's professional cricket. You are listening to headlines, now news in detail. President Joe Biden cancelled 4.5 billion in student aid for about 60,000 public service workers, including teachers, nurses, and firefighters. This brought the total number of public workers helped during his term to over 1 million. Since 2007, more than 73 billion in loans have been forgiven through the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. Borrowers eligible for this latest relief will be informed in the coming weeks. The PSLF program, which allows public employees to have their loans forgiven after 10 years of payments, had struggled with poor management, leaving only 7,000 people with relief before Biden's reforms. Biden had promised during his 2020 campaign to help those burdened by student debt, but his efforts faced opposition. In 2023, the Supreme Court blocked his plan to forgive loans for over 40 million people. Another plan is currently tied up in court. Vice President Kamala Harris has promised to continue these efforts if elected, while Republican candidate Donald Trump had previously tried to eliminate the PSLF program during his presidency. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump were tied in Pennsylvania, according to a recent poll. The poll conducted by UMass Lowell YouGov between October 2 to 9 showed Harris with 46% and Trump with 45% among 800 likely voters. This result was similar to a September survey where Harris led Trump 48% to 46% in the same state. The margin of error was about 3.97 percentage points, keeping the race close in this key swing state. In New Hampshire, Harris held a bigger lead over Trump with 50% to his 41% based on a poll of 600 likely voters. This survey was conducted online from October 2 to 10. Trump, who won Republican primaries there 3 times, has yet to win the state in a general election. Down the ballot in Pennsylvania, Democratic Senator Bob Casey led his Republican challenger Dave McCormick by 9 points. In New Hampshire, the race for governor was extremely close, with Republican Kelly Ayotte at 42% and Democrat Joyce Craig at 41%. Vice President Kamala Harris pledged a break from President Joe Biden's leadership during a tense interview with Fox News. Speaking to host Bret Baier, Harris promised to bring fresh and new ideas if elected president and said her presidency would not be a continuation of Biden's. Harris, who became the Democratic nominee after Biden stepped down in July, clashed with Baier on several key topics like immigration and gender surgery for prisoners. She defended her position, saying she would follow the law and reminded Baier that Trump's administration had followed the same policies. Harris also criticized former President Donald Trump for dividing the country and threatening to use the military against Americans. Trump responded on his Truth Social platform, calling the interview tough but fair, and attacked Harris as incompetent. With less than 3 weeks left until the election, Harris faced tough questions on issues such as border security, which she said her administration had worked to improve. She will continue her campaign with a visit to Wisconsin on Thursday, while Trump's new podcast interview will also air. Former President Donald Trump, in a town hall on Wednesday, called the January 6 attack on the Capitol a day of love despite the violence that took place. His supporters had stormed the Capitol, assaulted officers, and disrupted Congress. When asked about the riot during a Univision event, Trump insisted his supporters did nothing wrong and blamed the situation on a rigged election. Trump also criticized former Vice President Mike Pence for refusing to reject the 2020 election results. Trump's comments ignored the facts as more than 1,000 people have been convicted for their role in the riot and hundreds were charged with assaulting officers. Over 140 police officers were attacked that day and 4 people died at the Capitol. Despite Trump's claims, court evidence showed that rioters had weapons, including guns and bats. Trump did not explain his actions during the riot and he waited until 4:17 p.m. to urge his supporters to go home, even as violence unfolded earlier in the day. The Justice Department continues to pursue cases related to the January 6 attack. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feed. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. New York City Mayor Eric Adams announced that City Hall and other municipal buildings will be lit purple tonight for NYC Go Purple Day, marking Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The goal is to raise awareness and highlight the city's commitment to supporting survivors of domestic violence. Mayor Adams urged New Yorkers to learn about how domestic and gender-based violence impacts communities and encouraged support for survivors. Deputy Mayor Anning Williams-Azam emphasized the city's stand with those affected by intimate partner violence. Key city landmarks, including City Hall, Gracie Mansion, and One World Trade Center, was illuminated in purple at sundown. The lighting aims to demonstrate solidarity with survivors. In 2023, the NYPD received over 245,000 domestic violence reports and nearly 88,000 calls were made to the city's 24-hour domestic violence hotline. The Adams administration has launched various initiatives to support survivors, including the Project Home program and the Women Forward NYC Action Plan, which focuses on gender equity and supporting domestic violence survivors. Governor Kathy Hochul announced that New York State reached its goal of installing 6 gigawatts of distributed solar power. This milestone, achieved 1 year ahead of schedule, supports the state's Climate Leadership and Community Protection Act. The solar installations now provide enough power for over 1 million homes. The achievement came from the efforts of New York's $3.3 billion NY Sun initiative. The solar projects have also created more than 14,000 jobs and attracted $9.2 billion in private investments. New York is now the top community solar market in the US, and many low-income households have benefited from the Solar for All program. Looking ahead, Governor Hochul set a new goal of 10 GW of solar energy by 2030, with 6 GW already in place and nearly 3.4 GW in development. The state is ahead of schedule in reaching this expanded target. New York continues to lead the country in clean energy efforts, reducing greenhouse gas emissions while creating jobs and supporting disadvantaged communities. A man from Lancaster, California was arrested on Wednesday for allegedly using a drone to deliver drugs like fentanyl. Federal prosecutors said Christopher Patrick Laney distributed drugs through an unregistered drone between December 2022 and January 2023. One of his customers died from a fentanyl overdose in January. Laney reportedly flew the drone from his home to a nearby church parking lot where another person would collect the drugs and pass them on to customers. Video footage showed the drone being used at least 3 more times to deliver drugs. Laney has been charged with fentanyl distribution resulting in death, 4 counts of using an unregistered aircraft to commit a drug-related crime, and possession of fentanyl and methamphetamine with the intent to distribute. Authorities also found an AR-15 and 2 9mm pistols at his home, known as ghost guns, since they lacked serial numbers, making them hard to trace. If convicted, Laney could face 25 years to life in prison for the charges against him. Now it's time for global updates. Liam Payne's family said they were heartbroken after the former One Direction star died in a fall from a hotel balcony in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Payne was staying at the hotel when the incident happened earlier this week. In a statement on Wednesday, his family said, "We are heartbroken. Liam will forever be in our hearts. We will always remember him for his kind, funny, and brave soul. We are supporting each other as a family and ask for privacy during this awful time." Tributes poured in from the music world. Musician Charlie Puth, who worked with Payne on the 2017 song Bedroom Floor, posted that he was in shock and couldn't believe Payne was gone. Dan Richards, a former guitarist for One Direction, said Payne's death feels surreal. An autopsy revealed that Payne died from multiple trauma, including internal and external bleeding. The police have not confirmed whether he fell accidentally or jumped from the balcony. Payne was a member of One Direction before the band split in 2016, and he went on to pursue a solo music career. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world, continuously revolving around various events, Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your fist. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. You are watching latest global updates. Israeli forces confirmed on Thursday that Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar was killed in Gaza, ending a year-long search. Sinwar was wanted for masterminding the October 7 attack on Israel that killed 1,200 people and took 250 hostages. Israeli Foreign Minister Israel Katz announced Sinwar's death, and the Israel Defense Forces later confirmed that Sinwar had been eliminated on Wednesday in Rafah, southern Gaza. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called it a major victory and said, "Today we settled the score. This is the beginning of the end." The IDF said Sinwar was found buried in rubble along with two others. He was killed by chance, not through intelligence gathering, when Israeli troops fired tank shells at a building in Gaza where militants were hiding. Sinwar had been using couriers to communicate and had avoided detection. His death marks another key Hamas leader eliminated by Israel as the conflict continues. Netanyahu promised to continue military efforts in Gaza and bring back hostages still held by Hamas. India criticized Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau on Thursday, calling his approach cavalier in dealing with the diplomatic crisis caused by the 2023 merger of Sikh separatist Hardeep Singh Nijjar in Canada. Trudeau said at a parliamentary inquiry on Wednesday that Canada had clear indications that India violated its sovereignty by being involved in Nijjar's murder. Nijjar, a naturalized Canadian citizen, was killed in June 2023 outside a Sikh temple in Vancouver. India called Canada's accusations preposterous and said it had not received any evidence. India's foreign ministry spokesman Ranthir Jaiswal stated that the damage to relations between the two countries was Trudeau's responsibility. Canada's top diplomat in India, Stuart Wheeler, was ordered to leave by Saturday night. Meanwhile, both countries have expelled each other's ambassadors. Nijjar had been wanted in India for terrorism charges and conspiracy. In response to the allegations, India briefly restricted visas for Canadians last year. India's response to the United States, where it's also accused of directing an assassination plot, has been much softer, with claims that the accused operative is no longer part of the government. Let's have a look on today's sports stories. Real Madrid fans showed their support for star striker Kylian Mbappe on Thursday as he faced intense media scrutiny regarding a rape investigation in Sweden. Swedish prosecutors confirmed on Tuesday that an investigation was launched after an alleged rape at a luxury hotel in Stockholm on October 10, but they did not name Mbappe. Reports suggested he was involved following his visit to the city last week, which both he and his lawyer denied. Jan Castro, a 72-year-old fan, labeled the media reports as fake news, insisting that Mbappe is too intelligent to make such a mistake. Fellow supporter Marcelino Alvarez believed the rumors stemmed from Mbappe's ongoing disputes with former club Paris Saint-Germain, where he claims he is owed 55 million in unpaid wages. While some fans like 18-year-old Matteo Baez expressed disappointment at the serious nature of the allegations, others, including 42-year-old Yusuf Semaharo, remained hopeful that Mbappe would be cleared. The media frenzy has overshadowed Mbappe's recent success as he was voted Real Madrid's Player of the Month for September, expressing happiness in a club video shared on Thursday. The England and Wales Cricket Board announced that transgender women would not be allowed to compete in the top two tiers of the new women's domestic structure or in the Women's 100. This decision aligns with the International Cricket Council's ruling last year, which barred anyone who has gone through male puberty from participating in women's international matches. The topic of transgender participation in sports has stirred significant debate as organizations strive to balance inclusivity with fair competition. The ECB stated that it consulted relevant science and medical evidence, considering factors such as fairness, safety, and inclusion. However, it confirmed that Tier 3 of the new domestic system, launching next year, would welcome individuals identifying as female in recreational cricket. This inclusion comes with a disparity policy to address any significant advantages in strength, stamina, or physique that could affect safety or fairness. The ECB expressed that the topic of transgender participation is complex and aims to create a welcoming environment while ensuring fairness in elite competitions. Previously, their policy allowed anyone identifying as female to compete in professional teams with written clearance. We will be back after a short break. Till then, stay with us. This world continuously revolving around various events. Every minute, every second, something is happening somewhere around the globe, and you want to get connected to that event or to that specific moment. Here we come, Millennium News Hour, to get you connected with top USA and international trending news, which includes local news, political news, world news, business news, health and science-related news, entertainment news, sports news, and so on. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for OLED TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network, and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with Millennium News Hour to get the world news on your feast. Welcome back to Millennium News Hour. Now it's time for business news. Today's New York stock close price is 19,855.26. The NYSE Composite is increased by 29.77 points or 0.15%. Tokyo stock close price is 38,911.19. The Nikkei 225 index is decreased by 269.11 points or 0.69%. Shanghai stock close price is 3,169.38. The Shanghai index is decreased by 33.56 points or 1.05%. Hong Kong stock close price is 20,079.10. The Hang Seng index is decreased by 207.75 points or 1.02%. Bombay stock close price is 81,006.61. The Sensex index is decreased by 494.75 points or 0.61%. Let's have a look on today's weather forecast. Before finishing today's news, let's hear out the headlines again. Biden cancelled 4.5 billion in student loans for public workers. Harris and Trump tied in Pennsylvania. Harris leads in New Hampshire. Harris promised new leadership in heated Fox interview. Trump called January 6 a day of love, ignoring violence at Capitol. Mayor Adams announces city buildings to be lit purple for domestic violence awareness. Governor Hochul announces New York hits 6 GW solar target before deadline. California man arrested for using drone to deliver drugs, including fentanyl. Liam Payne's family heartbroken after former One Direction star dies in balcony fall. Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar killed by Israeli forces after a year-long hunt. India criticizes Trudeau for mishandling Sikh leader's murder case. Real Madrid fans defend Mbappe amid rape investigation claims. And ECB bans transgender women from women's professional cricket. That's all for today. Keep watching Millennium News Hour for latest news update. To stay updated, like our Facebook page, subscribe our YouTube channel and visit our websites. Our website addresses are www.millenniumnews24.com and www.millenniumtv24.com. Millennium News 24 is transmitted and available to be watched free for all TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV and Apple TV, and also in all European countries and Australia available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Stay connected with us for all the latest news worldwide. Thank you.